1981 did not quietly arrive. It glided in with satin vocals, neon funk, and a level of musical confidence that still echoes through speakers decades later. This was the year soul music stretched itself in every direction at once. From velvet ballads that felt like private conversations, to bass lines that turned sidewalks into dance floors, R&B stepped into a new era without letting go of its roots. Some of these songs topped the charts, others did not. But all 12 left fingerprints on the sound of modern soul, hip-hop, and pop. By the time we reach our #1 track, you will hear the record that quietly outlived almost every hit around it and still shows up at family gatherings, weddings, and late-night drives today. This is R&B Vault. Let the needle drop. Number 12, Double Dutch Bus, Frankie Smith. Sometimes the most influential records sound like they were never trying to be influential at all. Double Dutch Bus arrived with playground energy and street corner imagination, transforming childhood chants into a fully formed funk record that radio could not ignore. Philadelphia's Frankie Smith fused nursery rhyme bounce with synthesizer-driven grooves and created an entirely new slang rhythm that would ripple through hip-hop culture for decades. The playful vocal style, half sung and half spoken, planted seeds that artists like Snoop Dogg and Missy Elliott would later harvest in their own signature flows. What makes the record even more fascinating is how casually it came together. Smith reportedly recorded his vocals late at night, capturing a sleepy, rubbery tone that became part of the song's charm. Real-world sounds were layered in, including an actual bus horn recorded at a terminal, grounding the track in everyday life. It felt spontaneous, it felt local, and yet it climbed to #1 on the R&B charts and stayed there. Proof that sometimes joy, not perfection, drives a record straight into history. Number 11, Just the Two of Us, Grover Washington Jr.
I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty.
If number 12 bounced through city streets, this next track slowed everything down to a gentle exhale.
When the sun comes shining through.
Just the Two of Us is the sound of intimacy captured in real time.
To make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you.
Grover Washington Jr. saxophone does not dominate the record. It converses. Each phrase feels like a question answered by Bill Withers' calm, wise delivery.
We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all.
The result is a duet between voice and instrument that feels less like performance and more like a quiet understanding between two people who have seen enough of life to appreciate its simplest moments.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Interestingly, Bill Withers nearly passed on the song. Persuaded to add his vocals, he delivered one of the most understated yet memorable performances of his career.
Just the two of us.
The track rose to #2 on the pop charts and settled comfortably into the top tier of R&B, where it has remained a staple ever since. Listen closely and you will notice the space. Nothing is rushed. Every note has room to breathe. It is a masterclass in restraint, reminding us that soul music does not always need a shout to be heard. Number 10, charts, and earned Carlton a Grammy nomination, but its cultural impact reached even further.
She's a bad man, pajama. Oh.
The groove felt like a Saturday night stepping out. Fresh clothes, bright lights, and the quiet confidence of knowing exactly who you are.
Ooh, such a lovely hair. She's boxy classy. Oh.
The rhythm section locks into a pocket so deep that listeners cannot help but move.
Sexy, sassy. She's heavenly. A treat for the eyes.
It is less a song and more mood. One that still plays whenever confidence enters the room.
Got all the girls a man like. Ooh.
Number 8, I Can't Go For That No Can Do, Hall & Oates. By 1981, Genre lines were beginning to blur, and few songs captured that shift better than I Can't Go For That.
Do you dare me to draw the line? You got the body.
Though Hall and Otis were often categorized as pop or rock, Black radio fully embraced this track, built on a minimalist drum machine pattern and a smooth bass line. The song reached #1 on both pop and R&B charts, an uncommon crossover that spoke to its universal appeal. Lyrically, it explored creative control rather than romance, yet listeners connected it to personal boundaries and self-respect. That flexibility gave the record a life beyond its original meaning. Musically, its influence spread quietly but powerfully. The stripped-down groove reportedly inspired elements of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, proving that simplicity can carry enormous weight. The track's calm confidence made it feel timeless the moment it arrived. Number 7, Never Too Much.
And for myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me.
Every decade has a moment when a voice arrives fully formed. For the 1980s, that moment belonged to Luther Vandross.
Or at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember.
Never Too Much served as his official introduction as a solo star, though his talent had already been shaping the industry behind the scenes.
Remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spent my days.
Written, produced, and arranged by Luther himself, the track showcased a level of vocal control and emotional clarity that immediately set him apart.
Oh, my love.
The opening piano line feels like sunlight. Then comes that voice, rich, controlled, and effortlessly expressive.
A million days in your arms is never.
It did not just sound good, it sounded trustworthy. The song climbed to #1 on the R&B chart and launched a career that would define romantic soul for decades.
Too much.
Luther did not oversing. He invited listeners in, and once inside that warm sonic space, few ever wanted to leave.
I woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started.
Number 6, Being With You, Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson entered the 1980s with the quiet confidence of a master songwriter who still had stories left to tell. Being With You proved he was far from finished. Released on Tamla Motown, the track became one of his biggest solo successes, reaching #1 on the R&B charts and crossing into the pop top tier. His voice, slightly aged yet still silky, carried the wisdom of experience. The song feels like gentle rebellion. It speaks of choosing love without seeking approval, of valuing connection over public opinion. Strings frame Smokey's vocal like a painting, never overwhelming, always supportive. In many ways, this record foreshadowed the quiet storm movement that would soon dominate late-night radio. It is tender without being fragile, strong without being loud, a reminder that intimacy can be powerful. Number 5, Give It To Me Baby, Rick James. Then Rick James kicked the door open. Give It To Me Baby arrived with unapologetic charisma and a groove that refused to sit still. Backed by the Stone City Band, Rick delivered funk at its most flamboyant and infectious. The record shot to #1 on the R&B charts and held that position for weeks, turning every house party into a full-scale celebration. Where Luther offered elegance, Rick offered attitude. Horns punched through the mix, bass lines strutted, and his vocal delivery balanced humor with command. It was impossible to ignore. The song captured the bold side of early 80s soul, where confidence, fashion, and rhythm blended into a single identity. you did not just hear this record, you experienced it. Number 4, Watching You Slave. Ohio's funk scene delivered one of its most hypnotic contributions with Watching You. Slave crafted a groove that felt sleek and slightly mysterious. Anchored by Mark Adams' unforgettable bass line, the track moved with quiet confidence rather than explosive energy.
Looking at the ladies, all of them.
DJs embraced it quickly, and it climbed into the R&B top tier while also becoming a favorite for future sampling.
You're stepping so high and down the street.
There's a subtle tension within the record, smooth on the surface, but edged with curiosity and desire underneath.
Watching you. Watching you.
Synthesizers slide in and out, creating movement without overcrowding the mix. It is the kind of song that does not demand attention but gradually pulls you in.
Everything moving in time. God,
A late night groove that lingers long after the dance floor empties.
baby, hoping you can tell.
Number 3, Endless Love, Diana Ross and Lionel Richie. Some songs are simply bigger than charts. Endless Love became one of those songs almost instantly. Pairing Diana Ross and Lionel Richie created a duet that felt destined to define romantic ballads for years to come. Released through Motown, the track topped both pop and R&B charts and earned major award recognition. But its true impact lived in everyday moments. Weddings, proms, proposals, and quiet evenings all found space for this record. The arrangement builds patiently. Strings swell, then retreat. Vocals intertwine without competing. Each singer brings vulnerability and strength in equal measure. Decades later, countless covers exist, yet the original still carries a warmth that cannot be replicated. It is not just a love song. It is a memory preserved in melody. Number 2, A Woman Needs Love Just Like You Do, Ray Parker Jr. Before global fame found him through film soundtracks, Ray Parker Jr. delivered one of 1981's most insightful soul records.
Unless you give her all the loving she wants.
A Woman Needs Love wrapped this message inside a smooth, radio-friendly groove. On the surface, it feels gentle.
No longer will those old double standards.
Beneath that softness lies a clear warning about reciprocity and respect within relationships. The track climbed to number 1 on the R&B charts and crossed into pop success, resonating with listeners who appreciated both its honesty and its melody.
She can't do because a woman needs.
The guitar lines weave through the arrangement like conversation, never overpowering the message.
Just like you do. Hey, don't.
It is a reminder that great songwriting often speaks truths people already know, but rarely say out loud. Smooth on the outside, direct at its core. A balance that keeps the record relevant.
Don't put her off. Don't make her wait.
Number 1, Outstanding, The Gap Band. And finally, the record that quietly outlived nearly everything around it. Outstanding did not dominate the charts when it first appeared. It peaked modestly compared to other hits of the year. Yet time has a way of revealing true classics. And this song has only ground stronger with age, built on a gliding bass line and Charlie Wilson's uplifting vocal. The track captures pure appreciation, not dramatic love, not heartbreak. Simply celebrating someone for being who they are.
In a special way.
That universality is what carried it far beyond its original release. It became a staple at weddings, barbecues, reunions, and celebrations of every kind.
Like my fire.
Artists sampled it, DJs relied on it. Families passed it down without even realizing. More than 40 years later, it still feels fresh, still feels warm, still feels necessary. That is the mark of a timeless soul record.
Lucky tonight to be right here.
1981 was not just another year for R&B. It was a turning point where tradition met innovation and created something unforgettable. Which of these records still lives in your playlist today? And which one surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments. If you love deep dives into the music that shaped generations, subscribe to R&B Vault and stay close to the sound that never fades. Until the next spin, keep the soul alive and the records turning.